It's not housework, Devin. It's not housework. It's taping boxes because I need to ship out boxes. I have 2 Lacerda games that are going out to the most recent winners, and they're sitting on the table. They need to be oh, we're live. I'm sorry. Hello, everyone. How's it going?
You knew you were live chat.
Say again? Oh, live chat. Thank you. I appreciate the reminder. Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing today? We are about to dive into the weekly live. It's Devin, Meg, and myself, and we're going to go ahead and talk shop and talk about board games, have conversations around convention seasons brought to you by your friendly Patreon community and the choices that they had. And Meg's like, that was my suggestion, not the Patreon community. And I'm like, that's not true, Meg. Patreon also suggested it, so I managed to do 2 at once. There we go. Past that, what?
A patron.
You are a patron?
Yeah.
So that's the fair. Fine. All future suggestions by Meg count as a suggestion from the Patreon community. Totally.
Thank you.
But in this case, it wasn't you. It was Nazca, which you don't. I don't know if you know Nazca, but Nazca.
No,
yeah.
more.
Anyways, past that, we're gonna also have a game show brought to you by Meg, and that is basically what's going on. Which means welcome to your Wednesday morning show. And I'll let you guys talk and be social now. We'll come back soon.
It's Wednesday
We're gonna
afternoon.
talk about social. It is Wednesday afternoon.
Did I say Wednesday morning?
Mm-hmm.
It's Wednesday morning somewhere. I think something like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into this. How has your days been, everyone?
I haven't had coffee yet.
That is
I'm
horrible.
doing good. I'm doing good. I just finished interviewing David Kirkop from Mighty Boards about Hamlet, so I'm gonna get. He said Kirkop.
Then I'd go with him.
I will as well. I will as well go with the man whose name it is.
It's literally Chircop.
Yeah.
But I would go with him.
He's European, which typically doesn't mean it's going to have exactly how you would spell it.
No. The way I would say it would be Kirkop. David Kirkop.
Gotcha. You would say it like you have your foot in your mouth currently.
Exactly.
While you're trying to...
I would have a conversation with David Kirkop while eating my challah, and I can't think of more words.
I'm doing good. I've got some loose leaf brewed tea that I'm really enjoying, some black tea. I've got my new desk set up, which I'm thankful for. The table is supposedly coming in, which means once that, it's down to like some supplementary organizational stuff to go on to get the space more fully usable. So, yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. I'm excited to get the lights hung on the ceiling and other stuff. Just to continue to get stuff out of the way to where it's as usable as possible. But I'm enjoying the progress.
That's good.
So.
That's awesome. Is your table showing up today?
It should be.
Ooh.
It should be.
That could be fun.
I want it to be during stream so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you guys in the earlier message that it might be during the stream.
The game show might result in Devin losing because he's not here. That's just how it works.
Something just broke in my kitchen.
I would be okay if my first loss is simply because of my absence. Like, I'm okay with that.
Would this be your first loss? You've lost before.
I've never lost.
Liar. You've lost before.
I'm almost certain I've never lost a trivia game. You can go back and check.
I'm not going to do that. I don't care enough, but I'm going to see.
You can ask chat. I'm like 90% certain I've never lost a trivia game.
I don't like this conversation at all. Let's move on. Is there a game that you're hoping to play at Level Up? I'm getting a question from chat.
Ooh. Interesting. A game at Level Up. You know what I would love? I would love to play. I think we were talking about trying to get a game of Blood Rage in at Level Up at some point. I would like to play
Blood Rage is slowly getting worse for me. It's slowly losing its charm and allure over time.
I mean, you said it's gonna get out of your top 10.
It might be in my top 20.
Oh wow! I mean, wouldn't that naturally be where it has to go to? If
no, it might be out of my top 20. Out of my.
Oh, it might be out of the top 20.
Yikes!
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's still going to be in there, make no mistake, but it's still going to be somewhere in the top 100. It's still an amazing game, but I think I'm finally starting to lose the allure of Blood Rage. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I'd love to finally table Rurik, because the 2 of you have been obnoxious about that game forever, and I keep offering it,
nothing
happens.
I would love to play that. I would also love to play Inish.
Yeah.
Which I don't think you've cooled on Inish.
I have not cooled on Inish. Stacy, I would happily play Blood on the Clock Tower in a different universe, not this one.
So something that I'm thinking for Level Up that I would love to play and run, considering he won't be there, is Ready Set Bet.
Ooh.
Because it's so fun watching Tom run it and yelling and doing the things that
Oh, it's funny. You said he wouldn't be there, and I was like,
Perhaps we should say that.
I'll invite John D. Clear. I don't know why I didn't think of that yet. And then you're like talking with Tom, not John D. Clear.
Yeah. He's busy.
I should invite John D. Clear though.
But yeah,
I'm
that's a
gonna
very fun one to run with like a big group. That it gets exciting.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, run it. Let's do it. We're gonna have a lot of fun things. This is referring to Level Up. We're gonna be talking more about Level Up later today, doing the convention segment. Because for those of you who don't know, Level Up Retreat is going to be July 14th through 16th in Connecticut, and all of us are going to be there. It's a convention I'm co-hosting with Level Up Events. We'll talk more about that
Also,
later.
Alex, you missed that Kamish said that he played Cthulhu Death May Die for the first time.
I did not miss. I saw it. I was very happy, but I can't.
Sorry. You
But I
didn't
was-
respond.
I didn't respond. Yes,
Yeah.
it was. I was
My
very
bad.
happy. I was very happy to see that. Much better than whatever stuff is going on your end. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into it. Starting off, and I think I'll go ahead and start off with the game this week. Starting off with our picks of the week, and for me, we're gonna have Clever Cubed as a game that I want to talk about right now. Have either of you played Ganshan Clever?
You
No.
taught me Ganshan Clever,
Cool. Well, Ganshan
and
Clever.
you sent me an extra copy of yours.
Aw, that's nice. Well, Ganshan Clever is. I'm just like I don't know.
Aww.
Did I give you?
Aw,
Did I give
I'm
you-
adorable?
Did I give you Ganshan Clever or the second one?
You gave me, I believe, just straight Ganshan Clever.
So there's Ganshan Clever, which is that's pretty clever. Then there's
I played one of them.
Twice as Clever. You probably played That's Pretty Clever, which is Ganshan Clever. And then there's Twice as Clever, which is the second one. Then there's Clever Cubed, which is the third one. And then there's going to be Clever Forever. Going to be. It's not out yet. And to that end, I've played the first three. I finally played Clever Cubed for the first time, which is the third implementation. And to me, the series I kind of want to get that Twice as Clever back to like see how I feel about it again. But for me, this is one where I think it kind of falls into the Welcome to series, where Welcome to is good, Welcome to Las Vegas was medium, and Welcome to the Moon, or whatever it is amazing again. I really liked Clever Cubed. I thought it was a good implementation, versus I thought Twice as Clever felt a little fiddly within the system. But the general idea of these games, they all follow the same sort of pattern as you play through them, and that pattern is you're going to have a sheet that you're trying to mark things off across between 4 to 6 rounds. You're going to be marking things off on the sheet, and depending on the player count. And every round you're rolling dice yourself and assign them 1, 2, and 3 over the course of the rolling, and then all the other players get from the remaining dice to be able to go ahead and assign their own dice, which is why it's variable based on player count. But across the course of the game, you're slowly filling in boxes as you go, and you're trying to get the combination of things to work out in your favor as much as possible, because all these boxes have cascading effects as you get different things. So for example, in this yellow chart over here, you can only put the yellow number of the rounds. So you have different color dice, and if I roll a yellow 2 in the first round, I can put it here. But if I roll a yellow 5 in the second round, I can put it here. And as you score the in-betweens of different numbers, you get these bonuses. So you get points and bonuses every single time you do something in the game. And that's going to be true in all of these different boxes. And so each of the 3 game systems that I've played so far has different rules for how the different colors work and how you try to balance different things. But they're all just, the ultimate goal for all of them is trying to figure out the best way to efficiently combine your different scoring mechanisms to get as many points as possible, often going above 300 points to just knock it out of the park with some insane score because of how perfectly you manage to get what you need and cascade bonuses and all that. This is to me the first roll-and-write game that I can recall that I played that had that sense of cascading bonuses as you played through it, which I've then really enjoyed in the entire Fleet system, Fleet the Dice game, Motor City, the Three Sisters. So I've enjoyed that cascading mechanism there in Hadrian's Wall, possibly others that I'm not thinking of right now. But yeah, Ganshan Clever or Clever Cubed. I really enjoyed this implementation of the game.
Nice. Yeah, no, I enjoyed the first game that you taught me. I do think that their names might be getting worse. It definitely sounds like it's gonna just slowly become like a Disney Channel movie series. Clever Forever.
Too
But
clever, too furious.
I was thinking of Fast and Furious, but what would 5 be? What would you do 5 as?
Someone said, "Are you as clever as a 5-year-old?"
That's not the naming pattern of the name.
Yeah.
Clever Cubed, Twice as Clever, That's Pretty Clever. Like you could do, no, I don't know. Clever. We're not good at this. We should move on. Anyways,
no. We should.
Okay,
sit
fine.
in
We're gonna
this
sit. We're gonna do this.
moment.
We're gonna find.
We're
Let's
gonna
sit. No,
sit in
everybody.
this
Okay.
moment for a little bit. Everybody stop.
Oh, James did it. James did it.
Yeah, but
That
James
works.
just stealing Cinco de Mayo and
I
then
know.
adding Clever on top.
It still
of it.
works.
I mean, no, we're gonna sit in this uncomfortable moment just for.
I truly was thinking
moment of
Cinco de Clever.
Cinco de
Cinco de Clever.
That's
I'm
like,
laughing.
no.
I'm laughing at the situation, not the fact that I think the name's good.
Anyways, with that said, that's my game of the week, which means,
Thanks for clarifying, Devin.
Devin, what is your game of the week?
My game. Speaking of two-player card games that I don't know that he said two-player plus, mine's Wizards of the Grimoire. So this is a game that, in all transparency, is going to be a paid preview on Board Game Co. coming up. But it's a game that's already out. It's a game that's already been kickstarted. I am a shill. That's actually my middle name. It's Devin Shill Norris. And so Wizards of the Grimoire, it's a two-player wizard spellcasting game where you are the archmage has died and you're the two apprentices and one of you is going to succeed him. And I like it a lot. They're two-player head-to-head games are a special preference for me in terms of that style of interactivity. I like it when players get to engage with each other, and it's why a lot of Euros kind of fall flatter for me. But I really like this head-to-head experience. Brothers Murph did a really good overview and playthrough of it. So they also have done some sponsored content for it. But I watched their playthrough yesterday, then I played it with Avery last night and had a good time. To introduce the game to him for the first time, I just did kind of the level 1 introductory spells. There's more brutal and unforgiving level 2 spells, and then it's also got a little Lost Pages micro expansion. So there's even more expansion spells. And I had a really good time. Alex, I think you and Meg would both dig this. I think you guys would get a lot out of the head-to-head play. And, everything, including co-op games, is competitive for you, too. So, it's in your guys' sweet spot.
This is competitive, I assume, right?
Yeah. No, it's competitive.
That's what head-to-head means.
I just was confused why you brought up cooperative. I'm like, it's not cooperative.
No, let's sit in this moment for a minute. Let's
workshop this.
let's workshop how dumb Alex is. So... yeah, I liked it a lot. Excited to play it again. Excited to check out how the other spells play into stuff. Just the gameplay was really smooth, and looking forward to doing more with it.
So what made it stand out for you?
Also, while you answer that, Devin, can you show us what the cards look like?
Sure. I actually really like the artwork stuff.
I can see the art on the page, but I want to see the layout.
To me, a two-player head-to-head game, there's so much a dime a dozen that I have a harder time getting overly invested in them.
Okay.
So the thing that I like about this is that let me see if I can
Yeah, that's still good because I wanted to just see how things are set up. Yeah, it did focus.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the thing that I like about it is that it's kind of got this dual way of playing. So you have these spell cards, and then you also have these mana cards. And these mana cards are 1 to 4 in terms of their power value. And to activate a spell, which you start the game with 2 each, and then you can get up to 6 that you draft at the beginning of each turn. And to activate a card, you have to actually put the number of cards on that spell that the number says, not the value of the mana. There are some cards that determine, hey, do damage based off the power of a card you pull, or you can do physical damage outside of the regular spell turn. But the way that the turn goes is you pick a new spell, then you do your cooldown. So every spell in your up to 6 that you have that has cards on it because they've been activated, you take 1 off of them. So they progressively recharge to where you can play them again. And then you gain 3 new mana cards, which help you cast more spells. And then it's at the end of that, you have an option. If you want to spend an extra card, you can spend one of those cards and do physical damage that's the exact value of the mana card. And so the thing that I like is finding the combinations of the 3 different spell types, like attack, mana growth, and card or mana manipulation. And so it does a really good job of creating some fun decisions where you're like, ooh, do I want to save up for this really big attack, or do I want to play this card, which lets me pull cards off of 2 other spells, which means those are now like unlocked and ready to be spent again. And now, because I pulled those off and I get to keep those, I'm not discarding them, I'm picking them up. Now I have more cards in hand, so now I can activate more spells instead of doing this one nuke. And so it's finding the combinations, I also think it balances itself well in terms of the damage that you can do. Like, Avery just wanted to do kind of the cards that did big hits on me, and I was doing a lot of smaller damage, but I was able to manipulate cards off of my tableau faster and easier than he was. So I was doing 3 or 4 rounds of small damage each turn based off of my card manipulation, and that was just a lot of fun.
Nice. Sounds good. Well, I'll try at some point. And Meg, I believe it's your turn.
Yes. My game was almost accidentally mentioned, I feel like.
I
Previously.
realized that by mistake as I was going through things.
I was like, shut up. Mine is also a roll-in, right? So this one is currently on Kickstarter.
Mhm.
It's Kickstarter, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. I can see it. So this is the 4th in the series of roll-in rights that I believe it started with Fleet, and then Three Sisters, and then Motor City, and now French Quarter is out. And I love 2 of those 3. I tried Motor City, didn't love it, but I was fine with Motor City. But I really, really, really love Three Sisters, that I'm super interested in this. Yeah. This is one that, again, kind of like similar to things that Alex was saying, it's one of those games that is a roll and write that will build up toward cascading effects where you can kind of decide what you want to be doing. And it looks like in this one you're building up like French Quarter, New Orleans.
Is Cafe du Monde there? They have Cafe du Monde.
I don't know. They have a lot of locations. I don't have the zoomed in sheets.
Yeah. I'm really curious to see what you're doing, because when I heard it was French Quarter, I was like, oh, that's exciting. I don't know where Alex ran to.
I wonder if he's physically getting the sheets.
Oh!
Yeah.
I have the prototype for this one. I'm probably covering it. They only have print and play right now, but I reached out because I was like, hey, I know you guys have a new game. And he's like, yeah, I can send you the print and play if you want to cover it. And I was like, absolutely, would love to cover it because I love this series of games.
I want you guys to know I just pulled my mouse over to the other screen to try to scroll down on the Kickstarter page.
Okay, what was the name you wanted to know?
That Alex is showing right now.
You want to know Cafe du Monde?
Yeah, I was just curious, what because Cafe du Monde is right there on the bottom strip, closer to the coast.
Closer to the coast. They have the Beignet Cafe, the French Market, the chain stores, home of Blues Nola.
Beignet Cafe would be on that main vertical strip of street. The Cafe du Monde is on the horizontal strip that's parallel to the.
It does not look like they have a Cafe du Monde, unfortunately. They have the Three Sisters Courtyard as a little subtle.
Cute.
Nice.
Alex, can we play this? Can we play this?
I'm more than happy to play this one. I need to cover this one, and yeah, I just need to read the rules for it first.
I'll read the rules.
Sure. I don't mind. Either way.
I'm obsessed with Three Sisters.
Sure.
I love it.
No, I'm definitely with you on this. Again, I saw this launch, and I reached out to him, and I was like, I want to cover this game. And he's like, there's only print and play. So I was like, I still want to cover this game.
Gimme! Yeah,
oh,
so I'm
you tried
excited.
to cross off houses that the parade will pass by. Okay,
Interesting.
so
cute.
is it like the Mardi Gras parade? Is that like what it is, or is it a different parade?
I don't know.
Second star to the left does a good overview video. Okay, I have to check that out.
Nice.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm very, very interested in this.
You just scrolled by the what it says. It tells you stuff.
I wasn't going to read the whole thing. I wasn't going to learn how to play the game on stream. If I'm going to spend time doing stupid stuff, I can keep focusing on the clever.
In this moment, it is Mardi Gras. Let's sit in this moment and just be uncomfortable together.
Yeah, that's okay. We do that all the time. There's nothing special with that.
But I do also want to say, because I bring up
Brian.
affordability.
Keep going. Sorry. Nothing. Brian said something. So moving.
I talk a lot about affordability in games, and this is a game that's a $30 game. So especially for, things that are on crowdfunding right now and things that you can be picking up, I think that the value is always worth it for these.
Is this a intentionally connected quadrilogy, or do they just happen to be all roll and write games?
This company, so they started their
It's
first.
intentional.
Yeah, their first game was Three Sisters, was Fleet the Dice game, and they did that under the Eagle Griffin company. So they did it with Eagle Griffin, not by themselves. But then the design team started their own company and proceeded to do the next 3 under that company. So this is clearly their shtick. This is clearly their thing. It's just a little bit interesting because they always phrase it as like from the designers of, because that way they could include the one that was under a different company. Yep.
Interesting.
But that is it. That is basically fourth quarter, which means, Meg, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's now your show.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Got
French
prep.
quarter,
Guys-
not fourth quarter.
You guys, we'll see how this works.
Alex
It's one of those
made an
things-
unintentional sports reference.
Oh, did he?
What's fourth quarter after the sports?
What?
You're joking. Okay, yeah, you are joking.
I love-
that was good. That was good. You
I
got
love-
me more than I thought I should have been got by that.
So, guys, I had an idea of what I wanted to do for a game show,
Okay.
but then I realized I'm not really sure how you play this.
This is a good start. Wait. I have a question. Did this realization happen since we've been on stream?
Okay, so I'm not sure how the points are supposed to go. That's all.
Can we have
So that's a
negative
yes.
points? Can we have negative
So that's a
points?
yes.
Can we have
No.
negative points?
No negative points.
Okay.
No.
fine.
So we're playing. Are you showing the screen now, Alex?
I can, absolutely. Let's go ahead and show the screen.
Sure,
Let's
go
show
for
the
it.
screen. And the screen is now being shown, I think. There we go.
Oh, I have a prop as well.
For me, it just shows French. Okay, the
No, it
dice
doesn't.
are right. Oh, okay.
So.
Yep.
Here's the thing. I have 18. No,
So the goal is
18
to
things.
underbid it as much as possible.
And then, like, do you
Or
just
as
get, like, a
close as
point?
possible.
Because I think when you do that, aren't you supposed to, like, accumulate the money or something?
I think you get whatever the value is. So depending on what you've done, the
Oh.
values could be wildly all over the place.
I think
don't.
we're just gonna give you guys points.
Sure,
For
yeah.
getting it
You
right.
that's
decide.
fine.
I don't know the structure of this.
That was the only thing I wasn't sure. And then the other
It's
thing
such
I
a
wasn't
cute
sure.
banner that you did, Meg. The dice there.
Thank you. I was like, how the dice are right. I was like, what rhymes with price?
5.
So.
Oh dear.
The other thing is, I should just have you both answer and not try to like buzz in or anything, right? You should just both get to answer the same thing.
I think we both give a value, and it's whoever's closest.
Right. It's not like one gets to give a value and then the other
Yeah,
one.
what's-
no, it's we both do.
And
Okay.
we're each doing we're writing our things down at the same time, so we're not doing the whole underbid by $1 thing.
Yeah, I think we're revealing.
Right, that's
them
what
at
I was
the same
saying.
time.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we
Yeah,
reveal it
secret-
at the same time.
Yeah. And then just to make you guys aware, there are 3 different categories. The first one is going to be MSRP, so the price of a game.
Oh,
The second one
I'm so
is going to be
screwed.
the weight. I know. As I was doing it, I was like, Alex,
Did you see how excited Alex got? He's like, this is my shit. This is
give us
my
a value.
shit."
Watch
The
them. They'll
second
still win.
category will
I
be
love that. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that I win.
the second category will be weight, complexity weight. And the third category will be rating.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm so screwed. This
And just to
game
clarify,
was
for each of the categories, we're only
conceived.
answering one, right? So we're not doing all 3 for each game. You're
No,
doing
yeah,
now
the
your price.
3 categories are separate categories. Yeah.
Okay.
Here you go.
So there's no buzzing.
What
here.
is What is the MSRP of Marvel United? Now this is not on sale. This is straight up MSRP. Like, just to clarify, because you can get it cheaper on Amazon or things like that. Blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'm so.
I'm actually not certain about this one. It's tough. I think I know what it is, but I'm not certain. It's one of
Alright.
2 numbers. Ready?
Go.
Wow. Oh my god, I kind of hate this.
What?
Marvel United is coming in at 34.95.
Yeah, that was the
Oh.
other option. That was the other option.
I lost by 4 cents.
That's
Are you
so bad.
kidding 'Kidding 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 Well, from now on, I'm just not gonna write the last dollar.
Oh, Grant,
I'm
did it
just
get
gonna
bumped
write-
up? That's what happened?
Is it $34.99? I was going by Miniature Market. Hold on. All of my prices are by Miniature Market.
No,
I will double check.
so here's the thing. So Asmodee, over the course of the pandemic, Asmodee increased the MSRP of a lot of games. And so that's
No,
why I
but
wasn't
Brent
sure.
said 99. Brent said 99, so I just want to make sure I wrote down 95 or 99 correctly. Where's Marvel United now?
Marvel
Sorry,
United.
guys.
No, all good.
Sorry. Core box. Okay. Thank you to chat. I was wrong. It is $34.99.
Ah!
It is $34.99. Devin did get it. That was my bad.
Oh, that's annoying. So it was bumped up.
I'm gonna write 95 for every single answer.
I know,
we
right?
have a link.
But the problem is, Devin, if it is 99 and I rate 99, you rate 95, I win.
Thank you, chat.
Oh, fine. I'll just do
Keeping
what I
us
was gonna
honest.
do.
Alright.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
Ready for the next one?
Dude, my heart's like pounding right now. Dear goodness.
Pendulum.
Pendulum. Mm.
I hate the fact that I don't know if these
Yes,
MSRPs
Stacey, you can't go over.
I don't know if these MSRPs have raised. And I'm sorry for the chat situation making
Yeah.
things in the background.
I will say this was pulled this week off of Miniature Market. So
Stacy,
Yeah.
for clarity, yes. The way that Price is Right works, you can't go over it.
all right, what do we say for Pendulum, guys?
I'm writing it down.
Okay,
Actually,
And I'm not sure if they've changed MSRPs. I hate this stuff.
no, I'm going to go with my instinct. I'm going to go with what it was. All right. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was
Pendulum
wondering.
is
It's-
coming in at an exactly $60.
Yep, Alex wins that one.
Boom.
Alex wins that one.
Stonemeyer trend's more expensive. I should have kicked
Yep.
it up more.
I actually wrote $79.99 first because I thought it was Tapestry. And I was like, no, it's Pendulum. Gotta change that. Tapestry's more expensive.
Golly,
All right, ready for the next one?
I'm so screwed, dude.
Radlands.
Oh, fudge. This is the retail edition, the basic version of it.
Alex is like, it comes with 120 cards.
yep.
It comes with this and that. 3
Oh,
water
I'm
tokens.
I'm already ready for this. I'm ready for this.
Okay, I'm gonna go with it. I'm not confident, but we're gonna go with it.
All right, let's see. Okay, guys.
Uh-oh.
This one I specifically double checked. It's $24.95.
Wait, I wrote $25.99. Devin gets it, doesn't he? Or neither.
No one got
I'm
it.
over
No one gets it.
by
Okay.
4 cents.
You
This
said you
is
were gonna
just-
do 95 after this.
But the problem is it's
But then-
dangerous
but then
because if I do
you do
$29.99,
exact, because we're gonna be close enough on a lot of these. If I don't do exact, then
yeah, I think
Yeah,
the
that
play
one
is 99.
can
It's just
pull.
annoying.
do
Okay.
we do we
double
want
check it.
do we want? I
Yeah.
just feel like I get it if it's $1 or $5. If it's 4 cents, this is so
Come on.
this is stupid.
Hey,
Son of a
at
god!
least you don't have to name 8 different mechanics that are in it.
No, you're fine.
I could do
You're
that.
fine.
Dice Miner.
Oh, I hate you.
Dice Miner.
Dice Miner.
Yeah, everyone's like, no, you're over. They won't let me give it to you. Successful, you got it.
All right.
I'm not ready for this one.
I'm not ready for this.
The difference in thought process that the two of us have, that he has so many thoughts that take the time. I'm just
Ready?
fucking ballparking this
He
here.
has so many thoughts. Okay, we have $39.99 and $29.99.
Yep.
Devin, you're gonna hate this.
Are
Twen-
you shitting me?
What
Are
is
you
it?
actually?
What is it?
If you say $29.95, I'm gonna break a computer screen.
$29.95. But that's okay, Devin, because I got one for you that I think you're gonna get next.
Is it 1-1 now?
Yes.
It's still 1-1. I could be up 3-1 right now. This is
All right.
painful.
I'm gonna go grab a water for me while I let you guys think about the next one, because you're
Okay.
gonna love this.
Most people would learn after 3 times. Oh, MSRP on the D&D Player's Handbook. Okay, it's pretty beefy. I don't think mine still has the MSRP on it. I'm not gonna cheat.
No cheating, no cheating.
Well, so that is one that has gone up. I bought mine in 2000. Oop, something just happened.
That's F12. F12.
I don't think it's expensive enough to justify that.
I bought it in 2015 and it was cheaper.
Okay, I'm ready.
No, that's such an outrageous price.
I love how you threw in a D&D thing just to piss me off.
I thought it would be funny.
I know you thought it'd be funny.
Alright.
I'm ready.
35. Damn.
I have no idea.
Okay.
No idea.
Y'all are gonna be shook by this. $49.95.
50 for the
$50.
player's handbook?
I believe that means I got a
What?
point on the D&D item.
Alex
That
did
is
get a point
fair.
on the D&D item. Now, here's the thing. It is on sale for $40, so they are usually on sale.
What? It's not. Yeah.
$50 for
But that is the
player's
MSRP.
handbook. That's not even.
These
that's
things are big.
That's not even the freaking master, the DM guide. That's just for a single player to get that handbook. That's nutso.
I will say I am
Yep.
surprised Dice Miner was as low as it was. Yeah.
Stacy's like, Devin, for the love of God.
I did the
0.95.
.95. I did it.
Oh, you did?
Well, because if
Alright.
I actually am more confident of the price, I might shift to
Yeah.
99. But if I'm less
Yeah.
confident, 95
Yeah.
safer.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
This is your last MSRP one.
Golly. I need to even this up.
Ticket to Ride.
Oh, they've raised their freaking.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I realized that as well. I also monitor MSRP fluctuation.
Asmodee across the board raised MSRP. That's the tricky part.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that too.
That's the tricky part.
That too.
Oh my gosh. I'm just going to go with.
It does seem like you guys are liking this one, though.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
So if I had more time, there are some Price is Right games where you sort
You're
things
done,
where
Alec?
it's like,
Yeah.
I give you values and you say which game goes where. All right, which one is yours, Devin? The very top one, the $39.95?
Sorry, yeah, $39.95.
You're fine. And then Alex said $49.95?
Yeah. I think it might be higher. I don't think it's lower.
I am shocked.
It's $59.99.
It is $59.99.
I wasn't sure, and I figured go lower because of that. I figured Devin wouldn't go as high.
$60
Yep,
for
yep.
Ticket to Ride.
Oh,
I keep double checking everything, but
No,
I would buy-
I thought it was
I would buy-
$59.99.
yeah,
I just thought Devin wouldn't go as high.
2.5 copies of Radlands instead.
yeah. $60.
Golly.
And Ticket to Ride
Alright.
Legacy is coming out.
Now, guys, we are going into
Golly.
complexity ratings.
Oh,
In
God.
complexity ratings,
So let's
you
see.
need
Alex
to
has got
do-
3 and I'm at 1. Bummer.
in complexity, you have to do at least a whole number. These numbers go to the second decimal.
Okay.
So like 1.99. That's as
Okay.
far as it goes if you want to try to like beat each other out, whatever.
And we're
However you
still
want
doing
it.
the same thing where higher means you lose automatically?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's
Yep.
keep the same system. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Blood Rage.
David
What's the
said
complexity?
David said I should do 1.95.
I got my choice locked in.
That's fair. Brian said you might as well go for Brass Birmingham at $72. That is so fair.
Devin, ready?
Oh, over Ticket to Ride, 1,000%.
Yeah. Yeah. An extra $12. Okay, so we have a 2.85 and a 3.18. Blood Rage is coming in at a 2.88.
Oh, it couldn't have been 2.84. Oh, that one still would have gotten it, wouldn't he? No, he wouldn't have.
No, I
Missed it,
wouldn't
he
have.
would
I
miss it.
wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, darn it.
2.88. All right. Ready for the next one?
Oh yeah.
What I'm curious about is I wonder if when Blood Rage first came out, if it would have had, if it's gotten,
Right.
Forbidden Stars. Okay.
Forbidden Stars. What's your complexity?
I'm ready.
We got a 3.18 and a 3.7. Forbidden Stars is coming in at a 3.8.
No! No way!
It's
Oh.
super complex. Oh, don't look. I accidentally typed in the wrong place.
I mean,
Okay. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Devin just won that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So we're up to
tied.
3-3, I think. Yeah.
Yep, you are 3-3. Okay, next one is Cat in the Box. What's the complexity? Like, how hard is it to play Cat in the Box?
Cat in the Box.
I tell you the complexity, but it's forbidden.
I got.
All right, ready.
We got a 1.75 and a 1.72. That is
Oh.
so close. Cat in the Box is coming in at, oh my gosh, I keep typing in there. 1.91.
Oh!
Oh, I guess I was winning that no matter what.
Almost no
unless
matter
it was
what.
in between us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or could we put it both could have lost?
Right.
Ugh.
Next one is Mansions of Madness. How complex is Mansions of Madness?
I'm ready.
All right. A 3.4, Devin.
No.
Madness?
Devin's obviously wrong.
And Alex put 2.68. Now, Alex, this is
Oh, no.
what's crazy.
Oh no.
Mansions of Madness is a 2.67.
No, so the reason why I put it way higher is it's just so hard to like that game.
Oh. Oh.
I'm so glad that he missed it by a single point
That
one.
was so good.
That's crazy.
I
Alright.
hate that.
Crazy.
Paladins of the West Kingdom. That was really, really funny. Yeah, Alex, if you had done 2.65. A score update, Strabme. The
4-3,
score
Devin.
is... No, it's... Oh, yeah, you're right, 4-3.
I think it's 4-3 to me.
Yep.
Okay, I'm ready.
It is.
Paladins, you said?
Yep.
Yep.
Paladins.
I hate this game and love it so much.
I'm gonna do, like, more... I want to do, like, a future Dices, right? With, like, other games, too.
Yep.
Okay. So we have a 2.88 and a 2.85.
You gotta be
guys are
kidding
nuts.
me.
So this is for Paladins of the West Kingdom.
It better be a 2.86.
I'm gonna double check because
There's almost guaranteed you don't get it. I mean, you and I would have to be dead on.
I thought it was high when I saw it.
It's pretty
Yeah.
darn complex for what that one is. I thought it would be in the low threes. but I just
Likewise,
didn't know.
I thought Devin would go lower, so I hedged my bets. I hate this.
It's a 3.71.
Whoa, that's higher than I thought.
that's
Yeah.
pretty much the same as Forbidden Stars. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devin, did you get that one?
Sadly.
I did. I
hate this.
Okay. And finally, Patrick.
What?
How hard is Patrick?
Okay. Hey, Alex.
Yeah, successful. I just checked too. It's pretty crazy.
Alex, just so you know, I'm
Yep.
0.03 ahead of you.
I hate you.
All right, so we have a 1.41 and a 1.66.
Yep.
We have Patrick coming in at 1.61. Devin getting so excited is so fun. Alex, if you reacted like that, we'd let you win more games.
Let me win? Oh, I hate you.
gosh. Oh, my goodness. The reason why I'm so excited is I gave this game up for gone. I was like, when you announced
It's just-
three categories,
It's
I'm like,
amazing
I'm
how
so
close
screwed.
some of these are.
Devin, you got every single complexity one, besides the one that no one got.
Ah,
So up to what, 5-3
So, guys-
or 6-3?
I think it's 6-3.
6-3.
I need
And
a
there are
good
6
last round.
questions left.
and if I had
Alright.
done 9-5, it would be higher. But
So now we are going into ratings. Starting with Great Western Trail.
So we're guessing what the BGG rating is, right?
Yes. For example, and this is not it for this one, but if you said 5.75. That's not
Okay.
true. 5.5. It
So
only
it's
this
a
one only
single
goes to
decimal.
one.
It's a single
Yes.
decimal. Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
This
Single
one only
decimal.
goes to one. Yep.
Wait, what do you mean? It doesn't go to... Oh, you're right.
The
you're right.
weight
Okay.
is this, like, for example, what did I just say? 5.7.
You know what's painful to me? It's like if we were doing it by closest, Alex would have had some really insane. good
But you would have had
shots.
2 in the first round, so there's the flip side.
Sure.
That's the only reason I'm not like... I think it's funny to watch this.
So sorry, which one are we doing?
The BGG
Great Western
rating.
Trail?
Great Western Trail.
BGG
Yeah.
rating for Great Western Trail. Oh, I mean. Oh, and we gotta stay under. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
Ah, wait, my paper's drifted.
8.1 and an 8.0.
8.0.
Great Western Trail is coming in at an 8.4.
Yeah.
Oh! This is brutal. This is brutal. My chances of winning, I have to get 4 of the next 5 to tie, and I have to get all 5 to win.
This means, like, we need to go to, like, a board game trivia night with Devin and just slay. I want that.
I don't think they're as common as you think they are.
Could we just us waiting for it to start?
Yeah, those 2 people in New Jersey. We'll meet up with them soon. Oh,
Alright, the next
my
one is
goodness.
Sleeping Gods. Ooh, Starmie, that is a great idea. We shall. I think that we absolutely shall.
Are you done, Alex?
Yeah.
Sleeping Gods, we got a 7.7 and an 8.2. Sleeping Gods coming in at an 8.1. I'm kidding. I had to. It was an 8.3.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
What
I
a-
had to.
what a bait and switch!
I had to. It was too funny.
Oh.
Okay.
Man, that's good. I knew that it was liked. I didn't know it
Ooh.
was that universally up there.
Can you guys see my little
Yep. Yep.
pointer? That's cool. I didn't realize I had this. This is Google Slides.
I'm ready.
Okay, so we're doing
Cascadia.
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 Ready?
No, he's thinking. Cascadia is coming in at a flat, exact 8.
Ah, man.
I need to get 2 more to tie, 3 to win.
Really?
Yeah.
'Cause
Let me
it's
see.
8.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for Devin. And 6
It should be
for
8.
us.
2 more to tie, 3 to win. Yep.
I thought
Okay.
I thought it was 6-3 at the end of the last one.
And then you got 1 this round. Oh, so you should be at 7, not 6.
So it should be 7-5 right now.
So it could be 7 to 5. I just know I was based on
It is
track.
7.
And then I
It
should
is
have
7 to
5.
5.
Okay.
And then we've got 3 more. So I need to get 1.
If you get 1, you lock it in.
Yeah. I need
Okay.
to get 1.
Zombicide Black Plague.
Ready?
Devin is a 10. 7.6, 7.9. Zombicide Black Plague is coming in at a 7.6.
No! Really? I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Let's keep
Okay,
going.
so you guys, you want to keep going?
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
6.
Oh my goodness.
Devin
Parks.
wins $100. No, guys, there's going to be a follow-up next time I do a game thing, and it's going to be part 2 of this, and we're going to have them go into the showcase. We're going to have a showcase showdown.
This win might feel the best of like so many.
So
Oh,
many.
okay.
So many. All right. Parks is coming in at a 7.7.
Wait. First of all, we both did 7.7, right?
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Meg, correct me if I'm wrong. If you hover over the decimal, it should tell you how much it actually is.
What would that matter?
Because then Devin and I can go for the tiebreaker on this one.
Okay. You already lost.
I know, but it's just fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, the fact that this is double or nothing on this one.
Hold on. Click for breakdown. It breaks it down for me.
So
It
just
doesn't
in the
tell me-
search bar, just type in parks on BGG, and then it'll tell you the double decimals.
Sure, go ahead. Go ahead and guess, you guys.
Ready, Devin?
Oh, so it shows the second decimal?
There's 2 decimals if you saw in the search. And the highlighted number is
There's
just 1.
3.
There's 3. Wow. What should
There's
we
3 numbers after the decimal.
Okay, so it's going to be even more precise. This is just for fun.
I want to look at a different one.
7.43 and 754.
Sorry, hold on. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, okay. All right, where are you guys? It is 7.700. And this one's 00.
That's what it is.
Wow, what an exhilarating 3 decimals.
That's why I was like, okay, sure.
Oh my gosh.
I was checking another one to make sure like what it does look like for
It
other
does-
ones.
it
and
does,
It's
then we
just
have it.
exactly 7.700. All right, so who would have just won that one, Alex? 'Cause
Neither.
Alex
No,
is-
we went over. We went over.
We went over.
Oh, you went over. Okay.
So we're still tied, just, you know.
Alright. And just one.
Just 1. I think. Well, actually,
You're remembering something else, aren't you?
I know it's in the top 200, so it has to be better than I would think.
Starby says 10.
Ready?
We got a 7.2 and a 7.6. Just one is coming in at a 7.6.
Yeah. Did you say 7.6 or
And,
7.7, Alex?
6. I said 7.6.
Oh, you were dead on. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we don't have a showcase, but we have a little thank you.
Aw. That was great.
That was really fun.
Okay, we'll do other ones because I didn't understand Price is Right has a lot of other games. So there are some where I could give you guys like 5 titles, and then you have to sort them by like $30, $40, $50, $60, and $70.
Let's do it.
We'll do that next time. We'll do like game show ones because I wanted to do the thing. You know when
My
you try to spin the thing and be
stress
under a
levels are
dollar?
so high
Yep.
right now.
I was gonna roll 2d10s for that. Thanks, Petrified.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so now we're back to regular.
Oh,
streaming.
not to know. We actually Nat. We have a family feud where we did survey the Patreons. It's just a year late.
Maybe we'll do 2.
Oh.
Anyways, with that is basically the game show. The Dice is Right, hosted by Meg. Thank you very much. That was a lot of fun. I appreciate that.
That was a good one.
I haven't
So you guys inspired me last week. Literally last week, you guys were talking. Remember, you guys were like trying to guess the weight of something or something,
I vaguely recall that.
and you pulled it up on stream, and I wrote it down. I was like, "That's our game next week."
Yeah, we were like, Alex's ego, 30 pounds, 40
Yeah,
pounds?
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's a weight limit there. But anyways, with that, let's move on to the Patreon-sponsored topic of the week, which is a conversation around conventions. This is very open-ended. We're not going to spend a ton of time on this because it's too open-ended that we can go over a ton of things. But ultimately, this is a conversation around conventions because convention season is opening up. This is a good time to mention, like I mentioned earlier, Level Up Convention is going to be up. Level Up Retreat is going to be July 14th to 16th in Connecticut. You're all welcome to come, assuming you buy badges and stuff.
Dude, you've confirmed like so many people to me in like the last 2-3 months. They're like
There have been a bunch of
last minute choices.
Yeah, there have been a bunch of extra, not necessarily official special guests, but like more people who are showing up. Henry Audubon will be showing up. We have Tim Riel from the Codenames community is going to be coming. Daniel Standry is
Really?
coming as well. Tim Riel's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't tell you? Devin, we're in trouble.
Canadian is coming down.
Yeah.
He is. He's
Oh, that's
thinking
very
about bringing
exciting.
his daughters down.
Ant Lab Games is
I
coming.
want to
that's
see those
correct.
blue eyes in real life. His
And-
eyes are like.
Ant Lab is coming.
Unreal.
Game Brigade, Ryan Greer is coming. So there's a bunch of other people in addition to these official special guests. Daniel Standring is coming. Lots of people showing up in the Level Up Retreat. But overall, it's going to be a good time. It's a fairly small convention. I'm assuming it's going to be probably in the range of 200, 250 people or whatnot. So it's going to be focused on just hanging out, gaming, and having a good time with, well, anyone. But that's going to be upcoming there. But then past that, we are heading into convention season. We have Origins showing up in a few weeks. We have dozens of miniature conventions that I can't overly go into everything. We have
UKGE starts
UKGE.
tomorrow
Yeah,
or the day after
soon.
tomororh.
Soon, don't know exactly.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
technically today. I think is maybe the first day of it.
Yeah, we have what's it called? We have Gen Con's going to be in August. We have Dice
Dice
Tower
Tower
East
East.
is going to be in July. Yeah.
There's that Come On one.
The Command Expo is going to be in September. We're going to have PAX Unplugged in December. We have Board Game Geek
WSBG.
Convention, WSBG in September. Essen, Board Game Geek Convention is going to be having another one in November. There's a ton of conventions, so just lots and lots of things happening, lots of times and areas lots of ways and places to spend your time. And so to that end, I'm going to focus on just a kind of asking a few basic questions. We'll go round and round as we go through it, and feel free to any of you to open up the floor as much as you want. But just starting off with the bat for the two of you, and I'll answer as well after. What type of convention is your favorite and why? Because there's a bunch of options out there. There's a bunch of options in terms of there's conventions like Gen Con, Origins, PAX Unplugged that are more focused on the booths and the presentations, the exhibitors and whatnot. There's playing games conventions like Dice Tower West and Board Game Geek Con or Level Up Retreat. There's WSBG, which is its own special category. There's some that are more tournament based where you're really trying to focus on small little Magic tournaments or whatnot. Just what kind of convention has been your go-to and why? Then there's Gamma. There's Gamma, which is an industry convention.
So I've been going to conventions since the second year of PAX East, which I think was 2010 or 11. So I've been going to PAX East for over 10 years now. I guess there were some that we didn't go to because of the pandemic. And then I was there for the first year of PAX Unplugged. I went every year except the COVID year. So I've been doing a lot of those kind of conventions. And then for someone like me, the sit down and play conventions like the Dice Towers or the industry ones like Gamma are very, very new to me. But that being said, just being someone who always did PAX East and PAX Unplugged, and then starting to do a lot of conventions in the past 2 years, conventions like Origins and Gen Con, being in the summer, being somewhere that you don't have to worry about coat check or ice or planes getting delayed or any kind of issues that are weather related has been so much nicer that I think for me, the weather alone kind of steers me toward loving Gen Con and things like that more, just because it's so much more convenient. I always doing winter conventions and being from New England, I didn't realize how bad it was until I went to summer conventions and I was like, this is amazing. Why would you ever go back? So if you are trying to choose, that is something to consider if you're only going to go to a few per year. I would look at what the weather is like in the surroundings and how much things like hotels and Airbnb costs and food. I'm gluten-free, so I make sure there's gluten-free food around me. So there's a whole bunch of things to consider about what convention is right for you, especially things like size and what you want to be doing. But the outside factors are also a huge thing for me.
Yeah. For me, it's definitely, there's a lot of different factors as to which conventions I like the most. Gamma is my favorite industry-focused convention. The reason for that is because you don't have the consumer side of stuff. So, as a content creator, as a publisher, as someone who's in the industry, as a professional or as a worker, I find Gen Con and all of the other types of conventions to be uncomfortable for me to try to talk to people that I want to during the time that the exhibit hall is open, because they have a goal, they're there to demo the game and to sell the physical copies that they have there. And so I feel very much in the way and disrespectful of the time that they have there if I'm trying to have a conversation and interrupting the flow of that type of an event. So Gamma, which doesn't have that because it's business to business, is very much just it's the best conversations with people in the industry, bar none. It's just it's so easy to converse with people there. You can talk, the floor time is pretty relaxed because it's mostly retailers and distributors going to publisher booths. And so the conversations are more calm, the environment's really relaxed. So I absolutely adore Gamma in terms of the relationship building and the conversations that you get to have. If you're talking about the games side of stuff, of just actually playing games, then stuff like Tennessee Game Days or Dice Tower West, which I haven't been to yet, stuff like that where you just get to sit down and play games all day. I have the least amount of experience with those, but those would be ideal for just getting to actually enjoy board games, which sometimes as content creators and as professionals in the space, I feel like we don't get to do as much of actually just play board games. So that's also enjoyable as well. And then for Gen Con and PAX Unplugged and stuff like that, I think with those kind of hybrid purpose conventions, it's like it's hit or miss as to what I love. Like I love PAX Unplugged because I think Philadelphia is a much more interesting city for me than Indianapolis. So
So
I like
cold.
I love the
It
cold
was
though.
cold.
So like I love the cold. I would rather walk outside and be cold than walk outside and be hot. Like any
You
day
guys-
of the week.
I have to go to PAX Unplugged with these two guys, these two men that are like, let's walk outside in the cold. We love walking. We love
I
the cold.
don't
We'll
like
walk
the
for
cold.
miles.
It's just
I don't
me.
like the cold. I am willing to
So
put
you're
up with the cold.
Canadian, so maybe you just don't feel it as much.
PAX Unplugged was my least favorite convention,
Yeah,
but I still like it.
Yeah.
It's still fun.
yeah.
Yeah, so I fully do enjoy PAX Unplugged to go around Philadelphia. I love going around to the restaurants, to the bars and stuff like that. So I love PAX Unplugged for that reason and for the opportunities there. And then I think it's also a little bit quieter. Gen Con, now that kind of the pandemic has lessened and it's getting back into the swing of things, Gen Con is enormous, and that's not normally like I get socially tired at Gen Con at a much faster pace than I do just about anywhere else. It's just so big. It's such a big environment that it just drains me faster. So,
And comparing the conventions, I think something that makes a huge difference is that PAX and PAX Unplugged, and then if you go to the others like PAX East, they have their enforcers. And their enforcers are these group of people that are volunteers that help run the event. They don't work for the convention area, like the building people. They work for the event. And Gen Con also has that, but I think that PAX does the best job possible. So if you're someone who is who wants like a very helpful staff, you care about safety measures, how things are set up, like how much care is put into the planning and how things are done. I've just never seen it done better than the PAX staff. I think that their enforcers are amazing, so I think that's like a huge plus for PAX Unplugged as well, as just like the organization and the staff, and they're so helpful and they're there for anything you need.
nice.
Yeah, for me, I love Gamma very much, but I'm going to focus more on the playing games conventions because I think it's more relevant to a lot of people watching. But for me, playing games conventions do take the cake over booth conventions. I love Origins, I love Gen Con, I have a lot of fun with them and they're great. But I found that going to a convention where your focus is playing games, it takes a lot of pressure off of kind of what Devin's saying about the booth aspect. I just go to playing game convention to have fun. And yes, I network, and that's an important part of justifying the cost and all that stuff to me. But ultimately, I sit down and I get to sit down with people who watch the channel, people who I know in the industry. Anyway, I just get to sit down and have a good time playing games, and that's whether it's at the convention, whether you're going out somewhere, going to some escape room, hanging out with your friends, whatever it is. But to me, that the playing games convention so far is my favorite in terms of just having a good time. I like all of them, but that's my jam so far. For my second question is going to be kind of a two-part question to a degree, but how do you manage costs, and is it worth it?
Two very different questions.
Without going too crazy
Yeah.
down a long rabbit hole, just pick and choose
Yeah,
partial
yeah.
answers.
I would say in terms of is it worth it, and then cost. I'll take is it worth it first. To me, that's entirely dependent on what your what's your goal. Like, what are you trying to get out of it? Are you trying to see like the kind of like lifeblood, like the circuit of the board game space in terms of new releases and publishers in person and potentially getting to meet designers and demoing games before they get released? Like if that kind of like buzz and activity is what you're after, then it's the only place you can get that. It's the only place where the digital space of the board gaming community becomes physical at these convention spaces outside of your local game stores. So if you kind of want to get the beating heart of like the industry and see what we see on a frequent basis based off of the requirements of our jobs, then that's the only place you can do it. So if you want to play games, like Alex was saying, and your focus is more on just getting time to play games, then I think that conventions in which you get to play games are a natural extension of planning to play a game. Whether you're like, hey, Twilight Imperium hasn't been played at all the last year, I'm going to schedule a game day where 5 of my friends are coming over and we're playing Twilight Imperium. This is just a magnified version of that. You're like, hey, I haven't gotten to play XYZ games. I want to play at least 4 of these 5, and I want to, try out some games that I haven't tried before. This is just a financially backed, larger version of intentionality to play games. And then I think the third part of it is if your purpose is not to see how the board game world is, not to necessarily just schedule games, but to meet with friends. Like part of what the pandemic has shown us, and also just larger online culture, since a lot of us, have been online in the last, 15, 20 years, is that you can make friendships online, and you can make friendships online to the point to where they're authentic, real relationships, and the only difference is you haven't met that person physically yet. And so if you schedule the time to go meet with someone, then you kind of get that, not closure is not the right word, but like fulfillment of the relationship arc that you've been building online, and you get that. So it's, it's kind of what you want to get out of it. And so I think that if either of those are your goals, then I think conventions really do effectively do that. In terms of costs, yeah, that's just that's a tricky conversation. My life circumstances that I'm at, the age that I'm at, I'm willing to spend money for things. I want to sleep on a bed. I'm not sleeping on a fucking cot in someone else's room. Like, I'm sleeping on a bed. I have 3 kids.
First convention, I slept in a car to see if I was okay with that.
Yep. Nope, not sleeping in a fucking car. Okay, no, not doing it. Not doing it. So I pay for beds. I like food, so I'm not gonna eat the 8,000 calorie dried husk of a corn dog inside the convention hall at Gen Con. I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna go to a restaurant and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna eat. So I'll spend money on food. I'll spend money on lodging. I'll spend money on convenience. Like, the three of us have made a very consistent habit of staying at Airbnbs together and just, being close to the convention hall and walking.
Ubers sometimes.
I'm willing to pay that stuff. However, my financial style is very flagrant compared to some people. And so other people don't have the liberty or the desire to spend money in that fashion. And at that point, it just comes down to sensible budgeting. If you schedule a convention further out, you're going to pay cheaper prices than if you try to, get it in the more, frenzied window closer to. If you pack, like some people, Dice Tower West, or like those game conventions and stuff where you're just playing games. Some people legitimately pack food, and they pack lunches, and they bring sack lunches with them to where they don't feel incentivized to go out and spend money. And so, Alex has
We'll talk.
Alex has to figure out.
I'll get to it.
So,
Yeah.
it's just to add on to your goodness. All right. I'll shut up now.
So yeah, I think that there's a few things with the question of cost and what cost is. And I'll leave it up to you, Alex, because I think that just knowing you, I think you're going to make a point about should you buy games at conventions, which is a different story. But there are some things at conventions that will be exclusives. There will be merch for people you want to support, like Dice Tower and things like that. So there are those costs. I'm someone that when I was younger, I would go a little bit crazier and buy whatever I wanted. And now that I'm older, I'm a bit smarter about it, and I don't really buy as many things when I'm at conventions. But like Devin was saying, there are definitely ways to help with costs, whether it's ride sharing and driving together, so then people can split costs of cars. There's an Airbnb, so then you're splitting the costs of that. And usually if you do get an Airbnb, you'll have a full kitchen. So then you can be making your breakfast. You could be cooking at night.
Although you need to pay an $100 cleaning fee and precisely clean everything up. So there's that. But it's still worth it. Still worth it.
Right, it's still not over it.
Precisely. Why did something happen?
No, just Airbnb culture is bizarre. And again, it's still worth it. It's still a better deal, especially if you're sharing with people. But Airbnb culture is so bizarre in the sense that you pay these, here's a $100 cleaning fee. Please put your garbage in the trash. Please start the dishwasher cycle. Please put the sheets into the laundry. They have this laundry list of things that you're supposed to do before you leave. And I'm like, what the hell is the cleaning fee for? Hotels are leave whatever you want. We're good. Here's your cost.
Brant also brings up a good point. You can volunteer at the conventions too to save costs. I mean, in the past, worked for Envoy, which is how I actually worked the Lucky Duck booth and other people's booths, because they need people, and so you get your lodging for free, and you get shift work and you get time off as well. But sorry, anyways, I'm
Sorry,
I'm
you were saying I interrupted.
No, I interrupted.
Yeah, so you can cook a lot of food, and then similar to what Devin was saying, I at least know it's true for, I think, most conventions. You can bring any food in with you. That I think people don't realize that when they think like, oh, I'm going to this thing, they might check my bags going in, whatever. You can bring food. You can bring drinks. So bring whatever you want. I usually do because that will get you through the day, especially if you get snacky. A quick granola bar to hold you over until you go to leave for a meal, because leaving is always annoying when you want to leave and then come back to the convention because of hall hours. So pack some snacks. And then the other thing I was thinking about cost is when you get to go to a convention, you get to walk around and look at all of the tables. So a big part of cost is if you aren't sure about a game, you can sit down and demo it and get to try it before you buy it, which is a really good way to be sure you want to buy something, especially if it's like a more expensive game that you want to check out.
Yeah. And for me on my end, I'm going to second mostly everything you guys said for the most part. Getting a ride to a convention. Also, by the way, even the nature of like flying versus driving changes the entire conversation when you have multiple people involved. Because you might think, oh, well, a ticket's going to cost me $300, but driving's going to be 6 hours. But the flip side is, if driving's still going to take the same amount of time, but if you have multiple people, you're saving 2 or 3 tickets at once. So it changes the conversation of driving versus flying in general. The Airbnb thing, again, you'll save money. I highly recommend it. I saw that Gen Chem plays board games. No, I still do an Airbnb. It's just a pet peeve. But if you have multiple people, I think Airbnbs are the way to go. You can get really nice. If you have like 3 or 4 people, you can get a really nice situation that's going to be, half or 2/3 the cost of a hotel and be a better result. If you're just one person, it's a little more tricky as far as whether Airbnb is worth it or not. But yeah, those are all great things as far as saving money. A big one Devin started to touch upon is I keep kosher and Meg's gluten free, so we do this because we kind of have to. But I think it's worth it. When I go to a convention, I go out, I spend $100 on food at the grocery store, and I'm covered for the week. I have my coffee, I have my food, my dinner, my breakfast, I have it all, and it just makes all like restaurant related costs just go down tremendously. As opposed to paying like $25 to like $45 for a meal, you just pay $100 for the entire thing and you're good to go. And so that I found grocery shopping for a convention is so much. Even if you do want to go out and have a meal with people, you can do half and half and just have a much better overall time in terms of the splitting of choosing when to go out and when to have in. Buying games is a big one. I agree. Like Devin said, like if you want the latest and greatest, the hotness, yes, buying games is good to do. But if you actually want to be conservative over there, games are always the most expensive place to get games. Always is at conventions. Getting them down the road when they're on sale, or getting them even now on sale. You can get the same thing on Amazon. I've gone to conventions. I've walked up to AEG booth. I love AEG, but like I'll walk up to the booth and it's like, hey, this game's going to run you $40, which is the actual MSRP. Thanks that we now know that. With $40 for the MSRP of the game, and like you can go on Amazon right now, and I can literally spend $32 to get the same game and not have to worry about traveling back with me, which is bizarre. But it's fun to walk around with those bags of games. It's fun to be like, look, all the stuff I'm coming home with. But it's not always fiscally conservative if your goal is to try to manage where the spending is. So lots of overall just good tips covered by everyone here. I'll say as far as the is it worth it, to me understand that all of us, myself, Meg, and Devin are all biased by the fact that we have an additional industry side of things where we get a benefit from being in the industry and networking, so there's an additional reason. I would say that going to conventions, especially if you're going to several a year, is expensive, it's time consuming, it's a lot, it adds up. Splitting with people will definitely save you a lot, but no matter what happens, it's going to run you some money. I have an absolute blast. In addition to the fact that it is a work benefit, it is one of my favorite things to do on a regular basis, to continue to meet up. I've built so many relationships with people by going to convention, and then they become my convention buddy, and I see them at Origins, I see them at Gen Con, I see them at PAX Unplugged, and they're just people who I may not have that much to do with outside of those spaces, but it's just, the first convention you're going to make a few friendships, you're going to go to the second one, you're going to make a few more, and you can continue to highlight these relationships that can last for years and years and years. So to me, if it is something that you can financially afford and sustain while doing it, it is an incredibly good time. But the flip side is, I'll also say that if your goal is to save money right now because you're not in a place to do it, I'll say that I've been in this hobby since 2011, and I've only started going to conventions, a year and a half, 2 years ago, and so you can be in this hobby just fine and enjoy the hobby and all those things while having a good time, and you can start your convention journey 5 years from now, 10 years from now. There's no rush. I think it's a fun thing to do, but there's no rush. If now's not the time when it's financially responsible, you're cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Any other questions for you on conventions? topics or things or hints. Let's just do that. Let's do convention hints. Let's do one last round of just something you'd give it as advice to anyone
Hints
who is
or
going.
tips?
Tips. Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
Tips. I'm playing too many escape rooms.
There's a convention coming up.
The convention.
Find out which one it is.
A few convention tips as far as things that people should know.
Tips that people should know.
I can start off if you want.
Sure. Go
Number
for
one
it.
is similar to what Meg said about snacks. I highly recommend walking around the hall with a water bottle. Like whatever backpack you have with this or that. If you walk around with a water bottle, it's going to be a whole lot easier than trying to find something. You'll stay hydrated the whole time, and you'll just generally. Yeah, I always try to walk around with some sort of beverage that can keep me hydrated as I go. What's that laughing at?
Petrified.
Oh, God. Petrified. This is a family channel.
I'm trying to think of what I always pack in my bag.
Monday night games.
I'll give another tip. In general,
Okay.
I thought you needed thinking time. Go for it.
I just started talking.
Oh, you said you're trying to think. Go ahead.
It's fine. You can go if you want.
No, I was just trying to buffer because you said you're trying to think, but go for it.
I was just saying.
Yeah, so one of my
kind
tips is.
Because I'm always the person that has a bag, so I was trying to think of what I always have in my bag with me. And a few things that are really great to always have on you is a charger for your phone. If you have a battery pack, that's also a great idea to have. And I always have something like Advil, or if you have any type of, allergies, something like that with you, whatever your medications are that you take. Advil is great when you're, and because of the environment of being in such a loud place, if you're not used to it, you can get run down pretty quickly. Emergency?
Tips for me. Counter to the decision about being cost efficient. Make sure your Airbnb hotel or whatever is as close to the convention hall as possible, because the convenience and the benefit of being able to quickly go drop off games, drop off whatever you have, go take a break, go take a nap, go get a shower if you're tired, do whatever you want. If you do it within the that wasn't a commentary on body odor, Meg. You just laughed when I said take a shower.
No, I was laughing because you're not allowed to poop in the room.
That's what I was thinking.
Fair. That's fair. So anything that you would want to do as a recharge thing that involves your room and your personal space, it's so convenient the closer it is to the convention hall. So I think that it is financially good to prioritize that in your budget. And have the lodging be a higher percentage of what you pay for. In terms of scheduling, if you've never been to a convention before and you're going to a convention for the first time, I think it is very easy to be paralyzed by the amount of things that there are. And I would just say prioritize 1 or 2 things a day. And don't try to load up more than that. If you're hey, I want to demo X and Y game, set those 2 things up and don't plan anything else, just because you might go there and then it might not be available and you need to come back later, or it might come up and you're actually I'm hungry, I want to go get some food. So try to give yourself a limited schedule to where you don't stress yourself out with I have to get everything done. I have to be doing everything that's there. So just be mindful of that. There was a couple other things that I've lost track of what I was going to say, but Meg, it seemed like you wanted to interject, so I'm just going to let you go.
Yeah, planning that made me think, if you've never been to a convention, most of these bigger conventions will have floor maps. So if you're not sure where to go, you'll be getting your bearings. A lot of things have signage everywhere, but there's also expo hall maps that you can get. And if you're getting excited before the convention, they also list all of the publishers and their booth numbers. So you can look through and be I really want to see AEG, and find out where the AEG booth is just to kind of get your bearings. Gen Con was, for me, the biggest con that I had been to, and it was my first time, and it was overwhelming trying to figure out how to get around the building and stuff like that. So I would say grab yourself a map, familiarize yourself ahead of time if you can with anyone you really want to see, and then ask anyone anything. Everyone is there that's happy. Everyone is happy. Everyone's here to play games. Everyone's a nerd. Everyone is in the same position as you. So feel free to just talk to anybody. If someone's in the hallway and you're not sure where a certain room is, if they seem like there's someone that might know, just ask. Like, some people have just been going to these cons for so many years that they just know where certain things are. So if you ever need help, everyone is great. I'll vouch for them.
Yeah. I did the thing where I gave a big response and then said a smiley face afterwards.
Oh, it's
it cut
so
out the whole
annoying.
response.
It's so
What a
annoying.
noob.
Board game buzz. I'll just directly say it to you audibly instead of typing. But like, if you're outgoing, you're gonna be totally fine. Just put yourself out there. Everybody's happy to play games and interact. So just don't be shy about it at all. The
If you
other
have
thing that I
trouble,
will
level
say,
up, just walk up to any of us and ask us.
yeah. Just I'm
The girl
we're
with the
all
pink hair.
approachable people, and Meg and Alex too. Oh yeah, I mean, you're talking about yourself. So I was gonna dye my hair for level up.
The girl.
But whatever I want to be. Then the thing I was gonna say that is, and this is just kind of like a personal shtick for me, but I think I've talked about it with Alex and Meg before. Know your energy levels. You are always going to be missing out on something, and take it from people that have been to enough conventions. You're always going to be missing out on that dinner with the other friends that you didn't meet up with that day. You're going to be missing out on that one game demo that you were excited about because you were doing a different game demo. You're always going to be missing out on that particular one friend that you've met the other 5 people 30 times over the course of the day, but you keep missing out that one friend. You're always going to be missing something. And so don't ever commit to doing something if you're tired, if your energy levels are gone, because essentially, it's never enjoyable. It's so obvious when somebody doesn't want to be there and they're there almost out of the FOMO or the social imperative to not miss out. The three
Evan,
of
you're
us
talking
have-
directly at me.
I'm not trying to. I feel like the three of us know each other well enough, though, that we're honest with each other about that stuff. And so, just know when you need a break. When we were at PAX Unplugged this last year, the three of us were walking around, and I mean, thankfully it happened pretty much all at the same time. But we went to an axe throwing party that was hosted by Cephalofair, and it was after a long day of PAX Unplugged. It was a long day, and then we get there and it's very much like a party scene and having a good time. There were so many people in there that I loved. There were 20 different friends that I wanted to talk to, but I was tired and I was done. And so I went up to Alex and Meg prepared to be the party pooper, and I was like, hey, my people batteries are done. I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to leave this place right now. And they were like, same.
We were actually looking for you to ask to leave.
And
I'm pretty sure that's the one that
we left.
we hid in the back room and just we're 5 people in the back room avoiding everyone else.
Yeah, but I think that being honest with yourself, yes, were there conversations, were there moments, were there laughs, were there happy times and memories that crew had after we left? 100%. But when you're done, you need to give yourself that time to recharge. And sometimes it's just as much as taking yourself out of the larger social setting and putting yourself in a smaller social setting. I didn't go to bed after that. Me, Alex, and Meg went and hung out for the rest of the night. But just that change in group dynamics, just the shift from 50 people to 3 was what I needed to start to get my my social batteries back. And so just be aware of what you need.
And needing food is the same thing, where I will often push off eating to meet different, to do different things. Do you have a duck in your office now? Heard the.
It was a burp.
It was a frog.
I went burp.
But that just reminded me. I watched a TikTok of a kid trying to chug a seltzer. This is such a
And the banana? And the banana?
No, and then he just goes
Alex, that was a different video you were watching.
You don't know this thing with the seltzer and the banana? If you have seltzer and a banana, you'll throw up.
Sure.
The carbonation and the potassium makes you throw up.
He threw up from just the seltzer. Anyway, food is another thing to know yourself. That if you need a meal, if you need to eat, eat. Because you might be someone that you're saying you can power through it, and then you're crabby through everything. That's me. Hi, I'm the problem. So eat when you need to. Look at Alex. He's like, I've flown with her too many times.
Speaking of knowing yourself, I have to go to the bathroom and I have a call in 7 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this weekly live.
Can we get an empty chair stream? No, let us wrap it up, and you give an empty
Yeah.
chair stream for just a couple minutes while you go to the bathroom.
I'll see y'all when I get back. I'm just sitting on stream, so it's been a pleasure seeing you all.
Turn your-
and I'll let Devin and
turn
Meg
Keep your
your
take
mic
the
mic
with you. Keep
Yeah.
your mic with you. Oh, yeah. Very, very different responses from me and Meg. Keep your mic.
Is he gonna end the stream? I'm not sure.
No, he can't. He's just gonna leave it. I think
know if we're just
he was
talking.
muting himself. Yeah, no. I
What?
mean, at this point, well, we have to see. We'll just wait.
I thought
a
he
sec,
wanted
'cause
us
we're
to
watching
talk.
the minute. Yeah, no. I think we're gonna finish it off. Me and you.
Yeah, we're still live.
Oh no, we're not still live. I think we're done. So let's talk about the people in
I
chat
almost
that
just made such a
drive
bad
us
joke.
crazy. Roy for one. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired of
Wow.
Roy coming in here and talking about that freaking game that I haven't played yet and giving me crap about it. Ugh. Thank
Everyone
goodness.
just keeps chatting way too much. It's driving
It's weird.
me insane.
Yeah.
It's like they have
just
these
like-
comments that they think I'm gonna read.
Yeah, they're just like it's like the chat's over, the stream's over, like but they're like still responding down there. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. Probably other than Roy, the other one that I want to talk about it's got to be Alex. Now that he's
I was gonna
pooping.
say, do you know what Alex told me the other day?
Uh-huh.
He said he doesn't even play by the right rules when he plays Blood Rage.
Oh, is it because
Mm-hmm.
he tried to teach you one time and it was
Mhm.
wrong? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. I think that's totally fair.
Yeah.
I think that's
He
totally
said
fair.
he said he uses his magic stuff and
Is this the
stacks
same
deck when
conversation
he
or is
plays
this
with
about
people.
Blood Rage?
He
uses
he does
his
he
magic
does sleight of
stuff.
hand and he stacks the decks.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That
Mhm.
feels cheating. It feels like
Uh,
he's a cheater.
Yuracha, he actually does play them wrong. I'm just
Mm.
saying.
I think that's fair.
I'm
I
just
think
saying.
that's fair.
Do you want to do a D&D thing at Gen Con?
100%. Yeah. No. I mean, we need to schedule the Alien RPG thing that Doug was gonna set up for us. I want to.
I wanna do
I'm
a
happy to do
D&D
so.
one.
Oh wait. You're talking about like a live one?
It's like a paid one. Like you go as like a person and then like celebrity people walk around and play with you.
They
So
walk
we would have to
around
pay.
and
It's
play
like
with
us
you?
choosing to go and buy tickets to it. But I want to do it, but then I was afraid to ask Alex. So then I was like, maybe me and Devin will do it.
What do you mean walk around? Oh god, I kind of
it's like
like I
six
kind of
different
like the
tables.
stream of consciousness that we were doing.
There's 6 different tables and
Meg, stop
6
talking about it. Stop talking about it. He's back.
All right. Bye.
Nothing.
I'm not sure.
Nothing. Oh, all right. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right.
I'm muted to you guys, not to them. Sorry. No. They heard me. I have 2 different mics. I just fixed it. It's all good. Anyways, thank you so much for joining the weekly live. I appreciate all of you. Meg, this is a great show. Devin, you're the worst. I'll see you all later. Bye.